Hello, and welcome back to our Canvas tutorials. Today, I'm going to go over some of the things that I've done to make my Canvas course a little bit more exciting and engaging for students, kind of aesthetically. There are some things that you can do that are pretty easy to make it look personal and give your online classroom a little bit more of your own flair. So I'm in my practice course again here on Canvas. And the first thing we're going to start with is our homepage. So by default, Canvas is going to set you up to have your modules as your homepage. I personally want my homepage to have a little bit more direction. So we can change our homepage here from this right-hand sidebar. And you can do anything that you want. You can make it a page, an assignment list, syllabus. I know the county has released a shell that has an example of what your homepage should look like. So you can directly edit off of that if you wish. But we're going to go ahead and create a new page so that we can have a pretty homepage for our students. So I'm going to go into pages. And if you were making a new page from scratch, you hit this blue button here, new page, give it a title, hit save. You have to publish it in order to select it. And then you can pop it in as your homepage. But I have already started a homepage here. So we did biology last time, we'll do earth and environmental this time. So I have, this is just a regular page in my pages section. And so I opened it up, I gave it a title, and I started putting some pictures in here. This is gonna scroll down in our little text box the exact same way that you would scroll through the homepage itself. So whatever you put in here is what kids are gonna see. So I started with a little welcome banner at the top. I created this in Canva. So we're using Canvas to teach our students, but Canva is an editing software that allows you to create posters and PowerPoints and business cards and things like that. So I kind of started with a theme and ran with it so that I had continuity throughout my course. So each of my courses had their own welcome page, and then each of the modules had its own little button, and I'll show you how I incorporated those into my courses. So to make that first little banner, I drafted up what I wanted my button to look like, my picture, and then all you have to do is use your hotkeys. So for a Mac, it's Command-Shift-4, and you get your little crosshairs, and you can select the part of the image that you want to be in the picture, and then it will be saved. I did an oops, and I let it highlight that box when I was pressing the buttons, so you don't want that to happen. You would want a clean, fresh page, and you would cut and preview your image. This is what it looks like. It's going to save to your desktop as screenshot some number. You can go to your desktop and you can change that, or you can just remember that it was the most recent screenshot and pop it over that way. So I screenshot that picture, and then you're going to use, so I'm going to scroll down to the bottom so we have some space. Okay, give us some extra space here. So in order to insert that picture, you embed an image, you go to Canvas, you have to upload those files in the first place. So I uploaded them into course files. I didn't title this one, it was just screenshot. And you update and it pops that picture in. So you can do that with things like this, things to make your Canvas site pretty, or you can do that with clip art off the internet or diagrams. So this is a really, really great feature that Canvas has of letting you insert your own images. So let's get rid of that and go back to what we have. So we've got this banner at the top, and then kind of mirroring the shell that was released, we've got like an assignment list here. And then I like this little quick navigation bar at the bottom. So I literally just typed quick navigation. I insert a table. I picked 4 boxes long, and it gave me this table. And then I went in and inserted my thumbnails into each of these boxes. So we're gonna do the third module box together. So going back to my designs, the third module was, where are we? Biosphere. Oh, that's, all right. And we are going to Command Shift 4. Now, here I've got like a lot of space and I want all my buttons to be the same. So what's important is your aspect ratio, the comparison of the length and the height of the square that you're drawing. So I picked a reference point. There's this kind of little point on the watercolor image there. So that's where I start on each of the buttons. And then I pull it across, and my rectangle, I know I want it to be 150 as our top number, and our bottom number should be 110. So that's how I screen captured the first button. And once you start that way, you want all of your buttons to be about the same if you're going to insert them into a table, because if you insert them at different sizes, then you end up with kind of a wonky looking table with extra space on the sides. It's just not as pretty looking. So we are back in Canvas. Remember, we are editing this homepage that we've started. We are going to embed an image, go to Canvas, course files, or you can select my files. Either way, I like to put it in course files. Upload a file. I am going to go to recents and let's see, 1039, 1039, 1042. That's us. I'm gonna open it up. So now we have uploaded that screenshot into Canvas. Then we are going to update. That is going to put that picture into our page. So let's see what happens. I'll undo that. If I went in here and picked that biosphere screenshot and see, here's our aspect ratio here at the bottom, the dimensions. So say I changed this, made it 200 by 220. Okay, so that doesn't matter. You can't adjust it after the fact. Good to know. So like I said, it's really important when you're doing that screen capture portion that your aspect ratio, your length, and your width of your box are exactly what you want them to be so that your buttons all look approximately the same. And there we go. All right, so now we have our buttons. We have space for our assignments, and we have our home banner. So we've got something that's looking kind of nice. I'm gonna get rid of this extra space down here. And we're gonna save. And it's nice to kind of check your work as you go along creating these home pages. So I'm gonna go to home. And what I want is to be able to select that page as my front page. But Canvas makes you do this extra step where you actually have to make it the front page of pages in order for you to use that specific page as your front page. A little complicated. So we have to go into pages. Here's our page. It's published. That's important. We have to be published in order to manipulate. And then we are going to go in and say use this front page. So this is the quote unquote front page of the pages section. So now when I go home, choose my home page, I want the front page of pages. And now everything that I've created populates into that home page. So this is essentially what students will view. If you want a really specific student view, you can select student view from this right-hand sidebar. This is exactly what they will see. So it's nice to check your work as you go along, make sure that as you're popping things in and making links that they're actually working. So I've got the skeleton of my homepage set up now. We're going to start filling some things in. So I have these buttons here, but right now they're not doing anything, right? We can go to student view and we can see, got these nice buttons, but if I click on them, nothing is going to happen. So let's make something happen. We're going to go back to pages so that we can edit this home page. And by making that page the home page of pages, it's super easy to now go in and edit. You have to hit view all pages to see everything else you might have, but editing that home page just became one step easier. Okay, so we're going to make these buttons into links. So I'm going to click on weather. It is now highlighted. And I am going to link. Oh, we don't want that. Oh, we're going to link from the side panel. Okay, so we are going to go into modules. We're going to pick unit 6. And when it flashes yellow, we're going to see that that link has been created. We're going to do the same thing for climate. So we've highlighted our button, and all that really takes is clicking on it. We're going to click unit 7 climate. Yellow flash means the link has been created. Biosphere, we don't have that module yet, so we'll do that in a minute. And then Q&A, I liked to have a discussion board for each of my units. So for unit 6, I had a discussion board where students could put in questions, they could answer one another. I could go in and see what their questions were and answer them. It added kind of a free-flowing communication piece to our class. So I'm going to link whatever the current unit is what I linked to the Q&A. So I'm pretending that I'm in unit 6 and we're linking that to Q&A. Save. And now we have our front page, and these are now links. So that's going to take us to the unit 6 weather module. We can go back. Clicking on climate is going to take us to unit 7's climate module. So if you want there to be quick links for your students, this is a really easy way to do it. Q&A, that's going to take us right over to that discussion board. So students can write questions, they can answer one another, and you can answer their questions here as well. All right, so Biosphere doesn't have anything, and I'm going to show you how we can get to that in my next video.